floor. I'm your host, Matt Moore. You can find me at Matt Moore, TAN, or at Matt Moore, TAN. I've done that twice in a row. I don't know why I'm doing that. At HP Basketball is my other handle, in case you were looking for a lot more than probably you want in your timeline. This is your 5-Man Lines podcast. We are brought to you by the Action Network. We have awesome stuff this week. You guys have got to go check it out at actionnetwork.com. Sign up, subscribe, get signed up for our newsletter. Our Super Bowl package is out in full glory with breakdowns on which way the line will move, the must-bet props. The prop stuff is nuts. I did a bunch of work on stuff like Tim Hardaway Jr., whether he'll score more points than Nick Foles will have completions, and I just felt bad for both sides. Like, I didn't know who to be depressed for. We've got predictions for the game, much, much more. Get full access to all of our pro content through the end of the Super Bowl for just $5.20. That's $5.20 at actionnetwork.com/Super Bowl. actionnetwork.com/Super Bowl. Make sure to check it out. This is your 5-Man Lines podcast. I have an exciting week of guests lined up. I am really psyched if I can get all these people lined up. I have some really cool guys coming on and women, lots of awesome people, just terrific guests all around. I'm very excited, but this is your 5-Man Lines podcast. Let's get to it. The Wolves are favored by 5.5 tonight versus the Atlanta Hawks. They are getting 81% of the money. This one is getting kind of hammered with a line that low for how hot the Wolves have been. The Wolves are 1-1 this season when the spread is 80% in favor of them. So they are one of the teams that has done okay, along with another team, which we'll talk about later. They haven't been in this situation a lot, so we don't have a real sample on it. I tend to like Atlanta here. I want to play the contrarian home. That's where I want to be. I feel like the Hawks at least play disciplined. The Wolves have been really good, but we saw with that Magic game a couple weeks ago, on these East Coast trips, they have a tendency to kind of, fall apart a little bit. So if you're going to play on this one, I definitely like the Hawks. The Phoenix Suns in Memphis are 8-point dogs. Memphis is favored by 8 points. 65% of the spread is on the Suns, while 75% of the money is on Memphis. I would go Phoenix here. I just don't think Memphis should ever be favored by more than 2. I just don't think so. Like, that's how bad they are this season. Mike Conley's done for the season. They announced that on Friday. They are tanking. It is over. I would bet, I haven't heard, this is not sourced, I would bet they're going to shut down Marc Gasol after the All-Star break. I bet he gets shut down like, there's hamstring tightness, quote unquote, and he's done. Tyreke Evans might get moved. Other guys might get moved. There's a lot of uncertainty there. No way can I feel confident in them covering an 8-point spread versus anybody. I don't care if they're at home. I like Phoenix. And then finally, only one more because, 2 more. The Celtics. Okay, this is insane. Someone explain this to me. The Boston Celtics, the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference, coming off of a really good performance and a loss versus the Warriors, are 1.5-point dogs versus the Denver Nuggets? What is happening? What is happening here? 74% of the spread tickets obviously are already on Boston. I would bet that this line shifts entirely. I would not be shocked if this one gets betted down to where Boston's a 1-point favorite by tip-off, and I would still want to take Boston. Look, Denver is good at home. They really are, and they've competed with good teams. But without Paul Millsap, there's a lot of stuff here that's duct taped together. I mean, they're still trying to figure out rotations and lineups and whether Jokic and Plumlee work together, etc. There are things about this matchup I like. I think Jamal Murray should have a really good game. He should be able to get free versus how Boston defends in the pick and roll. Jokic versus Horford is a pretty good matchup. But then, look, if they play, the Celtics are going to roll out in the starting unit that Baines-Horford combo, which means Horford's going to be in the corner, and Jokic is going to help all the way down. Al Horford may legitimately take like 6 threes tonight, and if he's hitting them, it's going to be trouble. It's going to be really, really bad. I feel very confident here in Boston. The Indianapolis Pacers, 3-point favorites tonight versus the Charlotte Hornets. I gotta go stay away on this one. Look, Charlotte, we've talked about this before, are all over the place. Indy, 74% of the tickets are on Indy, and this season, Indy is the other team, like Minnesota, 1-1 in those situations. It just doesn't happen a whole lot. There have been a lot of those this season, just not with Indy and Minnesota, so I don't really have a good feel for how they're going to perform. Charlotte's played better as of late. Indy hit kind of a rough patch, but then has kind of slid out of it. They're doing better, so it should be a really good game. I just don't want any sort of part of it. I just don't think that there's any real way to feel good about it. However, one thing to note, the officiating crew, according to our Sports Insight data over at Action Network, it leans pretty heavy towards the under. The under looks really pretty good there. Just as a kind of a heads up on that one. The under, by the way, is 214. That seems about in line. It's pretty tight, but I might go under a little bit there. I might go with the under. I like that. I like that one play a little bit more. Indy plays so much slower than they did at the start of the season. I feel like people are still catching up on that. All right, that's your 5-minute lines. Hope you guys have a great Monday. I'll be back tomorrow with both 5-minute lines and a guest. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope that you sign up for our newsletter and get subscribed over at actionnetwork.com. Go to iTunes, leave me a 5-star review. Those of you that did that, I noticed that. I appreciate that. I love you. Thank you so much for that. That was awesome. Let me know if you have feedback on this. You can hit me at HP Basketball or at Matt Moore TAN. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another edition of Spread the Floor.